And there we go. Hello everyone, welcome to the Brochet Show episode 3. We are going to be talking about how I started crocheting, unless someone has a better idea. And let me get my notes here. Let me see. Streaming issue. Alright, that should fix that. Alright, let's get started. As you come in, say hi in the chat, and we are going to start with a bit of a story. If you can't see me clearly, you need to tell me, because I'll try to fix it on this end. It's not working as well as it's supposed to. I don't know what's wrong. Anyway, let's get started. So, when I started crafting the Poole, it was more to sell all of my crochet creations and make a little bit of extra cash. It wasn't necessarily to design. That was when it was just an Etsy shop. When I decided to go full into it and start a website and Instagram and all those things, it was because I had just started designing. And if you've seen my patterns, you know that I love quick and easy, and I love my burnout blanket yarn. And obviously, everything I have back here is basically burnout blanket yarn. And I decided to put those together and create my patterns on that concept. Crocheting amigurumi was kind of my escape from the craziness of life, because I have 8 younger, sorry, not 9. Why did I write that? I have 8 younger siblings, which means our house is always very crazy. No data. This is not good. What is wrong? I'm sorry, this worked just fine last week. It's not wanting to be smooth. That is sad. And now we're buffering. Oh well, I'll just keep talking and hope people can see. Anyways, my first pattern was the Squishmallow. If you have not read my blog post on the Squishmallow, I designed these little guys as a gift for my class. I was teaching a children's Bible study at our church. I was co-teaching a children's Bible study at our church. And at the end of the year, I wanted something quick to give them. But I'm not the kind of person to go buy a bunch of little cheapy toys and give them away. And I like to make everything I give away. Problem was, all the patterns I found were going to take the next 6 weeks to crochet enough of them, because I had like 20 or 30 kids in that class. So I decided to make something small and quick, and that's how the Squishmallow was born. I was able to make them all in a few hours. It was really nice and quick. And then after I designed the Squishmallow, I was like, all right, you know what? I should write a pattern for this. Other people need to make these. So I did. It took me, I want to say, a month, probably only about a week or 2. And then the testing process was interesting, because I knew that you had to have patterns tested by other people to make sure that everything is smooth. And because it was my first pattern, lots of issues. There were a lot of issues. But when I finished the pattern, I listed it in my Etsy shop, along with all of my makes that I was selling. I also started a Ravelry account, because that's where, actually I had already done that, because that's where I found my testers. And I listed it on there, and first thing, I sold a pattern. It was a friend had shared it on her social media, and it was really nice of her. I made a sale, and then a friend of my grandma's bought it, and it all went from there. Then after I made the Squishmallow, I was like, ooh, I kind of like this. Let's try another pattern. And that flopped. I designed this adjustable ear warmer. So it was basically a strip. Sorry, it was a small panel with a longer panel coming off here. So kind of like a flag shape, with a button here, so that you could wrap it around your ears over your cap. It was called the cap muff, and button it. So it's adjustable for any size head or different hat. Problem was, I created a product that nobody wanted, nobody needed. It solved an issue that apparently not many people have. Whoops. So it took me like 3 months to write the pattern and get testers. And I was feeling really discouraged at that point, and I kind of wanted to stop designing because it wasn't working out for me. And of course, I wasn't selling a ton on Etsy. That never really worked, because Etsy, contrary to popular belief, Etsy takes forever to build up a shop with lots of stuff that people actually sell. And there's all sorts of keywording, and you have to write descriptions, you have to get the photos perfect, it takes forever. But then, after the cat muff sort of flopped, I listed it, eventually got it finished, and then I decided to move on to, oh crap, I didn't grab it. Hold on, that's okay. I moved on to designing this. This is Jane the Jellyfish. Originally, she was called the Jumping Jellyfish because I had not thought to name her. Some people have put safety eyes here, and I think it looks super cute that way. I never made one myself with the safety eyes, but here I can pop some in and show you. Oop, almost. I mean, look at that. I love it. It's so cute. So this is Jane, and after the jellyfish, people really liked that. My testers loved it. I had found several of them on Instagram, and it was a hit. So I was like, oh, well, I should keep going. So I did, and I came all the way to 6 of these under the sea amigurumi patterns. So we had this one, and then we had the second one that I designed, which was Cecil. This is Cecil the clownfish. I designed him for a fundraiser my friend was doing, a fundraiser blog hop, and it was really he's really complicated compared to a lot of my patterns. He took forever to design, but once it was done, I was extremely proud of it because look at this guy, so realistic, right? I tried to get all of the coloring and fins correct. I think I did. After Cecil was finished, and the big hit because it was a blog hop, everybody loved that. My patterns got a little simpler because I could not spend this much time. I have ADHD, so it took a couple weeks for me to finish designing this guy. But then I moved on to things that are a little bit less complicated, like this. This is Sammy the Starfish, and this was a really interesting design process because I thought everything out in my head before I even pulled out my hook. I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this beforehand. I just thought all the way through it. I worked it up and it worked. I was extremely surprised that the concept I came up with actually works. This smooth edge, this is actually 2 flat pieces and then crocheted together, not sewn together, crocheted together. And that worked out really well. And people seem to like this too. I also, once again, did not put eyes in the starfish, but some people did. And I'll show you how that looks. These are probably too big. It's kind of ridiculous. I wonder if I put his eyes up here. Starfish don't have eyes, so it's just gonna look ridiculous no matter what you do. Anyways, after saving the starfish, since it was a little simpler, I came up with Crystal the Crab. She was recently in the blog hop. So I just wrote a blog post on her if you want to go look. Crystal took a little while to design, but she was really fun. This layered, you see this layered bit between her 2 shells, all of them stack up. It looks really nice in the end, but it took forever to figure out originally. And then, let's see. After that was Tucker the Turtle. Oh, it's here. There's another one. Oh, there it is. And Tucker. Should have grappled this beforehand. Tucker the Turtle. He took a lot less time. He was even more fun because I already had the whole shell and leg connection thing figured out. Then, the 6th pattern was Sylvester the Oyster. He had a lisp. My friend Regina and I were laughing up a storm when I was designing, and we were on a Zoom call just talking like a sip and stitch. I'll be doing a sip and stitch actually. If you want to come join us after the stream, I will grab the link and put that there. But put that in the chat in case you want to come join me at 1:30. But Sylvester was a real gas. It was hilarious. She and I was playing with, I was of course playing with this and like big mouth, so cute. And then I took a scrap of yarn and I made a quick tuck, stuck it here. We laughed over that for a good solid 5 minutes. It was so fun. And then Regina's daughter Hannah she does design now, but she came up with a little ditty and sang it and recorded it and sent it to me, and it was so cute. Problem is, it's like in Messenger from like almost a year ago now, 8 months. So I can't pull it up for you. I will try to do that and put it in the blog post for Sylvester. And that finished out the Under the Sea ebook. The whole collection was really. I had all 6 patterns. I was like, you know what? I'm going to write a book. I don't know where I got the idea. Probably inspiration from the Amigurumi Puzzle Animals, which the Amamani by Deidre Ooze. I don't know how you say her last name, but she designed these Amish puzzle ball. If you know what Amish puzzle ball, it's basically 3 rings made of 4 wedges. So it's just a big circle divided into 4. And you have 3 of them and they fit together to form a puzzle ball. It's really cute. What she did is she added heads and tails and legs to them and made animals. They're really, really fun. And I actually crocheted those before I ever started designing. Excuse me. And each of my siblings got one. I made myself one as well. And I was like, all right, I want a book like that. I want to write that. I have patterns. I can do it. So I spent like 60 hours formatting this book in Canva to make it perfect. And then of course I had to send it to my tech editor, which is like instead of testers really, not instead, as well as testers. She just checked over the whole thing, make sure all the math is correct, make sure all the formatting was correct, and I was able to release that. I thought that was lots of fun. In fact, you can it's listed in my Etsy shop, my Ravelry shop, and if you sign up for my email list, like the Squishmallow one, you get redirected to a page where you can buy it for $5.95 if that interests anybody. Anyways, after I finished that book, I moved on. I went and I designed a whole bunch of cowls and fingerless gloves and hats, and no one really. I had a little fun doing that, but I figured out quickly it wasn't my thing. So then I started designing the woodland amigurumi. This is olive fur, the owl, because I made a brown version instead of the purple one. And then we had all these little guys. So we have Dabio and Brooke, Marvin, Wendell the wolf, Finnick. Lots and lots. I have 12 now. I just finished the latest 2. I want to show you these. Named after my friend and her daughter. This is Regina the Reindeer. I need to stiffen these with some water. But Regina the Reindeer and Hannah the Hedgehog. This is Hannah the Hedgehog. I'm really proud of her. This is a really fun one to make. I used Hobby Lobby for the moment and some worsted weight yarn held together, and then this is just the top of a squisheroomy. All these are based on the Squishmallow, so I call them squisheroomy. This is the top, and I was like, well, if I do the whole thing, it's gonna look funny, so I just did the top of it and shortened it and did a lot less rows, and there you go. We have a super cute hedgehog. Actually, those 2 patterns are not available for purchase yet. They are only available if you sign up for my monthly membership, where you get 4 patterns for the price of 2 per month, and you get them before they're released and loaded into my shops. And I will type the address where you can go sign up if you want to go and see that there is a space in there. There's not supposed to be a space. I did not mean to do that. Anyways, vault.craftforthepool.com, and you can go and get a membership there, and they'll be supporting me and getting 4 patterns earlier than anyone else every month. I'll be loading in the Regina and Hannah. They're the second 2 patterns this month. The other 2 haven't been released either. Probably this evening. And you'll be able to get those and download them before anyone else. Moving on. And then I wrote, with the first 6 of those woodland creatures, I wrote my second book, the Woodland Amigurumi ebook 1. And next 6, I'm just about to write the Woodland Amigurumi book 2, and it will have the next 6 patterns in it. I'm thinking about doing a pre-order on Google Books and Amazon. I'll put some more info about that in my next email, and that'll be a lot of fun too. Anyways, that is really all that I had to talk about. So if anyone has any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. Otherwise, I'm going to go look at Facebook, see if anybody put any there. And no, I didn't do this when I should have. I only put the Facebook question a couple hours ago. Nope, doesn't look like it. Well then, that's really all I had for today. I will be doing something a little more interesting next week. Next week I'm going to be doing an interview. I'm going to find another crocheter, the guy who likes to crochet, probably the designer, and we're going to come on here together and we're going to chat for a while. We're going to interview him, ask him a bunch of questions, and that promises to be a lot of fun. I think that is everything for today. I will see you all next time. Bye.